then one day I'm working out in the gym and I get a DM from Frankie J, and I'm like, what? You know, like literally, bro, I was about to going into my workout. And I get a text from Frankie, and he was like, hey, man, I have an idea. Do you have time to chat? I'm like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I got time.
Yeah, it's for a podcast called Energy Podcast.
La pura energía.
You should check it out.
Yo, I'm excited for this one.
Appreciate it, fam. Let's do this.
Let's do it.
I'm ready.
Let's do this in 5, 4, 3, 2.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Energy Podcast. My name is Brian Landeros, and before we get into tonight's guest, let's get over some housekeeping stuff. I just want to thank everybody for the continuous support, the overwhelming love, guys. We can't do this without you guys. But do me a quick favor. If you guys haven't already followed us, subscribed on YouTube, stop what you're doing right now, head over to our page and make sure you get that done, because the goal is to continue to impact people with this positive energy, and we can't do it without your help. Now that we got that out of the way, let's get into some shout outs and some updates. You know, we always want to give a big shout out to Mortgage Heroes for letting us use this as the energy base. And hey, it's a perfect time to refinance. So if you need to get your your rate lower, make sure to give us a call. We'll definitely point you in the right direction. Boom. Over to Celsius. Thank you guys so much for providing that energy that the energy needs to keep going, guys. Thank you so much. We appreciate you guys. And last but not least, guys, this upcoming month is Christian's Big Heart Run. I know this year we're not going to be able to do a big 5K like we usually do, but we're still going to come together as a community and provide that positivity and that awareness for the #1 killer among student athletes, which is heart disease. Guys, thank you so much for listening to that. But let's get into tonight's guest. And let me catch my breath for this one because I got a long intro. All right, so it's been well over a year since we first had the privilege of our guest here on the podcast. We're all about growth here at The Energy, and tonight's guest is known for creating some of your favorite celebrities' content, as well as for the influencers. So just to name a few, Frankie J, Nathaniel Cano, Ulises Chaidez, and the list goes on. He's also 1/3 of the Jam Family YouTube channel, and if you need a YouTube makeover, yo, my boy has your back. Definitely check out Influencer Essential. Oh no, official. Yeah, there it is. And we'll make sure we put it at the bottom. You know, sorry, I gotta catch my breath. Anything else, bro?
You're a husband, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, a husband, a father, and a good friend of the Energy Podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight's guest, Jose Alvarado, better known as your social media guy.
Hey,
what's up? Hermano, what's going on, dude?
For the second time.
And that's all the time we have for today's podcast.
And that was it, guys. That took about all of it, right? That's all you need. Hermano, what's going on, bro? How you been?
Bien, bro. Gracias a Dios.
I know, bro. I see you everywhere, man.
Thank you, man.
So just before we get into all this stuff, you know, give us a little bit of an update of where you are now from where you were back when we had you, bro, over a year ago.
Man, you know, I think the biggest thing is that I went from being in a single niche to just opening that up, you know, to a lot more people. And it's been crazy, man. It literally happened within the time frame of, I would say, like 3 months, you know, since the quarantine hit till now. That's what we've been doing, just working with artists, influencers, and stuff like that. It's been crazy.
No, yeah, and crazy. I see everything, bro, and I'm just like, dude, that's fucking amazing. Like, it was crazy because the first time we spoke, you were like, yeah, once we come back, I want to see where we both were at, bro, and you've been on it, bro. But yeah, dude, that's freaking...
You too, bro. You too. You guys have been super consistent.
We try, man. That's the biggest name of the game, bro, and like the thing is just stay consistent. Yeah. So tell us a little bit, bro. How did you make that bridging gap from, I know, doing real estate over to now moving into like influencers and celebrities?
You know, I think when the quarantine hit, you know, a lot of what happened was that we couldn't go out and physically shoot, right?
Right.
You know, obviously there were some people that were cool with it, but then there were some people that weren't. And those that weren't were, you know, the people that we wanted to connect with. And since we realized that they were going to be stuck in their house just how we were, we decided to come up with a concept that would allow us to create something that was outside of the box without physically having to be there with them, you know? And so that was the whole strategy. I don't know if you remember, but I posted a video on my Instagram basically giving away that, you know, secret or that tip. Saying that, like, you know, this is what we're going to be doing. And that's exactly what we did. And so we created some animations and we started making them for people that we generally wanted to work with, you know, we're celebrities, influencers, and stuff like that. because we were thinking like they're stuck at home too. They're gonna be a lot more active on social media. Why not? You know what I mean?
Yes.
And we still had a lot of time in our hands, you know, because of that. So we decided to do that, and that's basically was switched out everything for us. You know, it really made that first connection. And then I guess kind of gonna go into that question that you wanted to ask me earlier about how I connected with Nata, and then
shout out Nata.
I want to say the second animation that we made was meant for Ovi and him.
See, I saw you guys did a little music video shoot and stuff like that.
When they launched Pacas Verdes, we made an animation for
that
them,
sounds fire.
And that's the one. That's the one that just shifted everything, bro.
Yeah,
that animation right there.
And it's crazy because, like, you know, from what you're saying, it was just an impulsive decision that you said, fuck it, either could go really well or I could just keep on trying, you know. Other way, it wasn't going to, you know, impede in your, you know, mission to keep moving forward. So that right there is like, you know, that's what people, you know, need to do is just take action and not be afraid of what the result's going to be, as long as you try it with an intent that's, you know, something that's going to move you forward.
Yeah, 100%. I think a lot of the times why people hold back is because if it doesn't work out, what are people going to say?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For us, it was more of like, people have seen what we've done in real estate, but they don't realize that we can do that much more. So when we did that, it's like, even if it doesn't work, people are going to start seeing that we can do this.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was kind of the mindset behind it. And, you know, gracias a Dios, it worked out.
And it has, bro. Like, even working with Frankie J, how did you reach out to him? And he's a San Diego local artist,
he's a San Diego
local legend. Yeah.
So the cool thing about Frankie is that I actually indirectly connected with him through a friend who's also a real estate agent.
Okay.
And one day I'm working out in the gym and I get a DM from Frankie J, and I'm like, what? You know, like literally, bro, I was about to going into my workout. And I get a text from Frankie, and he was like, hey, man, I have an idea. Do you have time to chat? I'm like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, I got time.
So immediately I sent him my number. He calls me. He tells me, hey, you know, this is going on. I want to jump on this as quick as possible. When can we make it happen? I'm like, bro, I was like, let me just go home, get my stuff, and I'll meet you at your place. And that's exactly how we started working together.
Dude, you attack the mission, you jump on it right away.
Yeah.
That's fucking amazing.
I had to, man. You know, I was intimidated a little bit because I'm like, this is Frankie J.
You're working with someone that, you know, holds the weight, that has a name in the
100%.
industry. Yeah, definitely.
So I'm like, everything that we do for him is going to be seen by that many more
And it's a reflection, basically like a resume for you to be open up the doors to work with other people as well. Because, you know, people will see the work and they'll be like, yo, who's coming out with that? You know, and they're going to want to go reach out to you.
Yeah, that's been probably the most feedback that we've gotten, even through like smaller upcoming artists that we've been able to connect with on Instagram. They're like, man, like I see you doing this and this for so-and-so. You're killing it. Like I show this to my grupo, or I show this to my label, like we want to hire you guys. Like it's the love has been amazing, bro. Like from being somebody that looks up to celebrities and now getting the same feedback from celebrities to us, it's been mind-blowing, bro. It's crazy,
bro. I'm vibrating from you just saying that, because I know I feel the genuine in your words. And, dude, that's
crazy.
Fucking awesome, bro. And it's just crazy because it all came from just an idea in your head, bro. You know, it all comes from a thought that you want to do, that
vision.
We're gonna start with the puns already. Oh shit! Yes, no. Hey, I had it right here about to say it. I was like, no, but it really does, bro. And that's the thing, that it becomes a reality once you take action, bro. And that's all you need to do. And that's what the message we've been on for these past couple of weeks is that, yeah, I know this whole, you know, quarantine stuff is happening and we're going through a whole bunch of shit, some new headline every day. But if you focus just on what you're able to control and you're able to take action on that, dude, the rest doesn't matter because you can only control what you can control. So that's, you know, that's one of the biggest messages we try to push out. And I mean, take it from people here in San Diego that are doing it, bro.
Yeah.
So, dude, thank you so much for sharing that.
No, of course, man. It's a blessing to be able to do something coming out from San Diego. You know
Heck
what I mean?
yeah, bro. And then working together with people that are growing from San Diego, that's even better. It just makes it like growing with the community together is just, there's numbers, there's strengths in numbers.
There's a lot of talent. Like ever since we started getting exposed to the whole like music industry and stuff like that, like there's a lot of talent that's going to be coming out of San Diego. Just how people see LA as like the place where people come out from, like that's what San Diego is.
Well, it's because San Diego finally se puso las pilas.
Yeah. I mean, they have everything.
We do, bro.
Like, we're so close to LA, like everything. Like we can build relationships. We can drive an hour and a half and, you know, work with people that we want to work with. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's what I've been seeing a lot. We've been actually working with a lot of, you know, people from San Diego, you know, upcoming artists. And that's what we see, that a lot of us here in San Diego, in the South Bay specifically, we love to collaborate with other people that are, you know, in the creative niche or just doing something that's, you know, bigger than themselves. Because it's like, hey, how can we come and help you to help us, to help each other grow, you know? And I think that's the biggest thing that separates San Diego from a lot of other cities, that instead of saying like, no, why would I work with you? I'm trying to make it out of here. Like, yo, why don't we work together to make it out of here together.
Together, 100%, man. That's the name of the game.
It really is, bro. So speak a little bit about last time when you came on. You weren't on YouTube yet, right?
No. I think I had barely started.
Yeah. You were in the works of getting that going. Yeah. So how has that experience, gone, and how have you, enjoyed doing that with your family, especially?
I think the biggest thing when I see my YouTube channel is like in terms of growth and like at a personal level is like a memory. I was talking to this actually with another friend of mine. I was like, even if my YouTube never pops off or anything like that, like my daughter's always gonna have like a library of things that we did together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh, that's good, bro.
And it's so kind of a little bit of a backstory why I say that is because when my brother, before he passed away, he got his Make-A-Wish kind of fulfilled for him, So we have a lot of tape from when we went to Disney, when we went to Knott's Berry Farm and stuff like that. And those for me are like ingrained in my head, So I see the same thing with YouTube. It's like God forbid, something was ever to happen to me, my daughter's going to have a library of stuff that we did together.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She'll remember my voice. She'll remember, my expressions, like laugh.
Everything. She can always go on there and just legit just see you.
Yeah. And in terms of experience, it's been amazing, bro. Like, even, shout out to my boy Benny and Christian and them. Bro, like they're some of the downest to earth people that I've ever met in my life, and they've built an influence, and I've had even them hold the camera for me.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it's crazy to think that like somebody
it's gonna be the way I ran at one point in my life.
You know what I mean. And it's just been an amazing ride, and we have a lot of like collabs coming up that I'm excited to put out. And we actually I just shot one 2 days ago with my boy Jose Ochoa. Like he gave me the opportunity to collab with him. He came down to San Diego. We were riding around in Slingshot and M3, just cruising around.
So I'm actually gonna pull up a picture because I did a little research.
So
yeah, this is it right here, bro. So it's a picture you said right there, riding around with your boy in the M3, M4,
M3. Yeah,
shit, bro, hot.
It's clean.
But yeah, bro, like just stuff like this is amazing to see that you're literally out there doing it. And speak a little bit more on, how'd you guys connect and, how this experience was.
Yeah, so we connected on Instagram first.
It goes down in the DMs, ladies and gentlemen.
Everything. Like everything that we've built on literally has been off of DM.
Yeah.
Like, everything.
And that's what I tell people, like, it's I'm gonna slide into your DMs later. And they're like, and later on I'm like, hey, what's up? Do you want to
like DMs are like for business.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a good thing. So we started connecting on Instagram. We started DMing back and forth. He was a fan of my work. I was a fan of, what he's built with his YouTube channel and stuff like that. And he was like, hey, I'm going to come down to LA in the next 3 weeks. I'm like, bet, just hit me up when you're here. So long story short, we connected up in LA at my boy Christian Blend's house, and he did his hair. He's the best barber, best hairstylist out there, man. Facts. Ooh. Straight facts.
That's tough because my best friend's a barber himself. So I'm like,
barber battle.
Let's do it.
So I met him there first, and we just clicked. I mean, we were already kind of like feeling like friends off just Instagram. Yeah. And then once we met personally at his place, I was telling him about San Diego, how he needed to come down and check it out and stuff like that. And, long story short, the next day he was like, hey, bro, I'm coming down to San Diego. And I was like, bet, just let me know. And, I'll have my boy Jesus and Oscar let me borrow their Slingshot. And, I'll pick you up and we'll cruise around. And that's exactly how it worked out, So we went to IB, we went to Coronado, we went to Seaport, we went to
all over San Diego,
all over the
bro.
Beaches, and then just seeing him like get recognized by people, it was such a fun experience, so that just kind of projects my vision as to what's possible for us, as a family YouTube channel.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put a vision counter.
Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding. No, just with me, because I always say,
No, I'm gonna put like because it's a pun, so I'm just gonna.
At the end of the day, let's see how many he says. I'm gonna go with at least 33. So, hey, bro, I pulled up another picture, and this is the picture that dates back to October 9th, 2014, and I think it's your oldest post on your profile, bro.
Let me see.
Dang. Speak a little bit about this and what's going through your head right now, and what's changed since then.
When I see that photo, all I see is like manifestation, bro.
Yes.
Because everything that I'm currently living was something that in some shape or form I already had an idea that was going to happen, At that moment I was working at a bakery, like, making minimum wage, but in my mind I wanted to be somebody.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? So whenever I would get a chance to like dress up, I would dress up because it would give me that confidence.
It empowered you.
Yeah, it empowered me. Long story short, a couple years later, that's when I started working in real estate, and that exact attire was something that, you know, opened the doors for me. You know what I mean? Because when I was going into meetings with these professionals,
Yeah.
these top producers, like, I wasn't going in dressed in a cap and a regular shirt, skinny jeans and shoes. I was dressed up looking like them.
Exactly.
You know? So every single time that they would compare me to the other, maybe other potential candidates that they had to working with, I would stand out because I would look like them, I would sound like them, and I would dress like them.
There it is. You play the
that
chameleon part.
Yeah, that gave me the advantage of, like, you know, me, because in real estate, everybody that you associate with is a direct extension of you.
Definitely.
So for them, that was like my way of giving them that piece of confidence, knowing that whenever I was going to show up to their clients, I was going to look professional, I was going to look sharp, and I was going to be presentable.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that it made it easier for them to be like, okay, I want to work
Trustworthy
with this
guy.
over, you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, definitely. It all plays a part when you're, you know, you're going into an environment where you're not unsure, but if you look the part, you play the part, shit, you are the part.
Exactly, 100%.
No, yeah, definitely. And what I wanted to ask you, bro, is, you know, yeah, you were, you know, working at a bakery right here, but it's all about, you know, that manifestation word that you said, you know, just because you're not at the point where you want to be at a certain point in your life, it doesn't mean you're always going to get there. How did you keep that mentality? How did you keep that drive inside of you? Because this is back in 2014, bro, and now we're in 2020.
You know, I think if I'm being raw, I would say, like, some sort of, like, how would I say this? Like, people doubting me, you know, people thinking that I'm never going to be that, you know what I mean? Because I come from, like, a very limited mindset culturally.
Yeah.
You know, so when I'm dressed like that, I'd be like,
You know
what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
Ahí va el Jose.
You know, so for me, like, I took that as motivation,
Yeah.
you know, and I just kept going at it, you know, like, that's exactly what this reference of my tattoo is, you know, like,
El tigre.
it's a
león.
lion, a wolf, and then, you know, just centering God. A lot of it is a representation of that, you know, like, going through my own, like, personal being alone kind of moments, but still grinding it out, still doing, like, still chasing what I knew was going to happen sooner or later.
In the back of your head, always have that driving factor.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of the times, like, people get, you know, they hold back because of people's opinions or people's expectations of them and stuff like that. For me, that just fuels me. It just allows me to be more quiet and then just work even harder, you know? Whenever I'm quiet, when I'm the most quiet and when I'm the most working.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. No, I definitely understand that, because for me, it's like, I know people are going to talk and that everyone's going to have an opinion of whatever I'm doing, but that's okay because it's your opinion.
Yeah.
And I don't take that as like, oh, shoot, I shouldn't be doing this, or why am I doing this? But actually, like, more like, hey, you're taking time to make an opinion about something I'm doing. Shit, I must be doing something right. Yeah. Like, why are you caring about it? And I do use that as, you know, that fuel to keep me going, because I'm like, hey, if one person's looking at it and making an opinion, then how many other people are making opinions because they're saying like, yo, I like that. Or, hey, he's motivating me. And that's the reason why I do it, to just keep motivating myself 100%. And others.
Yeah, I mean, some of the craziest messages that I've ever gotten is like, man, like, you continue to inspire me. Like, you know, it's crazy because I've actually gotten those from some of the people that used to bully me when I was, like, in middle school or high school.
That's the craziest thing. Or people that you didn't, you didn't even ever think that they're looking at you or your stuff. Is like the ones that are like, hey, I've been watching you for this long time. Like, yo, like, keep doing your thing. And I'm like, bro, you used to brush me off all the time.
It's like people telling me like, man, you know, you're showing us what's possible, like, coming out from the hood and this and that. And I'm like, bruh, like, I would have never expected that from the people that, you know, used to pick on me when I was in middle school.
But it lets you know that you're on the right path, you know, that people are actually looking at you and damn, like, cabrón, si ahí vas para allá, ahí vas para allá. But the thing that you always held is that humble mindset, bro. How do you keep that humble mindset even though you're having all this constant success, bro?
You know, I think I always look back at, like, I think I shared with you when our first interview that happened, is that there's always ups and downs, you know, in life and in business and in everything, you know. So when my first year of taking that dip was really something that humbled me, not that I was arrogant when I was winning, but it just kind of showed me a different perspective about how things could just change that are not in your control. You know what I mean? So, I mean, obviously right now we're like on a streak where we're just hitting it hard and we're building these relationships and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, like, I think looking at being able to work with people that I personally looked up to, people who you would think have some sort of like an arrogance or, you know, an ego or stuff like that, and see them be the most humble people, like, that's what I want to be. You know what I mean? I want to continue to be that person that people look up to, but at the same time can have a conversation with you and not make you feel like you're less than me or whatever.
No,
you know?
right.
And I've had moments like that where people are like, man, you're on a whole nother level. I'm like, bro, like, I'm just like you.
Dude, you
know what
give
I mean?
you send me a text message, I'm gonna reply like, yo, what up? like not gonna make it all freaking like, try to sound like all professional. No, bro,
Nah,
like
man.
at the end of the day, we're still humans.
All of us.
We're
all
still
of us.
regular people.
100%.
And it's like, it's even crazier when you can talk to these people back and can give them advice, because there is people that are
encouragement.
above us, and then it's like you can't reach them, but it's like, dude, we're still in the same boat trying to make it out, and it's easier to connect with somebody that's on their way there and still able to have a conversation with you and
man.
put you on game and let you know that, hey, don't do this, don't do that, because dude, that's like eye-opening for people.
100%.
And I realized that is, if you have someone to mentor you or guide you along the right path, then you cut the curve very fast.
Yeah, facts, man. I've had a lot of people help me throughout, give me advice and all that throughout my journey. You know what I mean? And I'm super grateful for that. And the moment that you're able to kind of give that back,
Yes.
it's like,
If
it
you get
feels
that
good.
reward, it's almost like, when they ask you, are you a giver or receiver? I like to give, bro. I when I give back advice, when I give back even time, and people think that giving always leads to money or equates to money,
fulfills you
it
even
doesn't.
more.
It's like, as long as you give your time, if your parents need help, like clearing out their freaking cabinets or whatever, all that is you being grateful and giving back. And it doesn't need to be money. All you need to do is show time and give them your attention. And
Yeah,
a lot of
even-
people will take that even more than money, bro.
Even in social media, just as simple as responding back to somebody's DM or reposting them, that's already enough for them, and they feel happy. Like, I get a lot of DMs from like, Natas fans, from like all these influencers fans and stuff like that. And when I repost them, they're like, oh my God, thanks for reposting me. And I'm like, I'm just, me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah. But it's cool though. You know what I mean? It's a really good perspective. And I think one of the biggest things that has helped us get to where we're at today has been, being like that, being just genuine with people.
That's
you know
it.
what I mean? And by doing that, other people want to contribute to our own journey and to our own success.
I feel also when you're able to just be vulnerable and just be open about everything that you've gone through, it lets people know like, hey, this person goes through the same problems that I do.
100%, bro.
And that's what a lot of people don't realize, that we all have the same problems, just in different aspects of our lives. And it's like, once someone's able to lead the way and show them like, hey, you could overcome this. All you got to do is change your mindset, adapt here, put some work in here.
Yeah.
And then, dude, you could do it too.
100%,
It's
man.
funny that you say vulnerable and where you came from, but for the people that didn't listen to the last podcast, you want to give us a brief like background of your like upbringing, where you grew up, and
Yeah, for sure. So my family, they come from Michoacan. It's a place called La Mojonera, which is like a super small town where everybody knows each other. There's barely any cellular data. There's still
No Wi-Fi.
They barely started putting roads and stuff like that. Like, people still have, cardboard for installations and stuff like that. So that's what I come from, you know what I mean? And I'm grateful, you know what I mean? Because I think even though I was born here in the U.S., like I've always grown with like an immigrant mindset, just seeing everything just kind of unfold and stuff like that. And I've always wanted to fight for more, you know what I mean? So, I mean, I don't come from, none of this was existent, in what I come from, so just kind of start seeing it all play out is definitely been amazing. And if I can do it, like, I know it sounds cliche. I've heard so many people say that, but it's like, if I can do it, like, so can everybody else. You know what I mean? It's just the willingness to press forward. You know what I mean? And like I said, as you continue to grow, man, like, there's people that are always going to have their opinions about you. They're always going to have, whatever, it's part of the game, but as long as you just keep centered, who you are, and you keep pressing forward, like, you're going to see your life unfold to what you want it to be.
And the craziest thing is that by default, our culture are workers. So you give us a pick and a shovel, we're going to go work.
My wife has been listening to this song by Snow the Product recently, where it says something about, I know hard work, I'm Mexican, or something like that. And it's like one of the realest verses, because we work so hard to the best of our ability,
And I saw some the other day. It's like, you'll see a paletero man, you'll see an elotero man, and a quote said like, you don't know the meaning of hard work, because these people day in and day out will do that with pride, with hard work, with dedication. And I'm like, that's literally the blood that we have running towards us, that 100%. No matter what we want, if we focus on it, we can put work on it,
100%, man.
And make it happen.
Yeah, I think that's one of the beautiful things about our culture, is that as long as it's an honest job, they take pride in what they do. And they do it to the best of their ability.
Definitely. And that's, lessons that you could take on for the rest of your life and always apply. That hard work mentality will always outbeat your talent.
100%.
So moving forward, bro, last time you were here, we were all talking about Visionary Media. Where are you with Visionary Media? How's that doing now?
I mean, it's like I said, now it's expanded, you know.
Es como la home base, ¿verdad?
Yeah, I mean, think about it. Like I think last time when I was here, all I wanted was just to like take over real estate, you know, on the media side.
Oh shit!
know?
Now he wants to take over some. Shit! We're
over
coming
the
back
world.
next year.
Now we're gonna take over the world.
Yeah.
Nah, but you know, it's definitely expanded a lot because I was always like, you hear people in the motivational space say, you know, if you want to be successful at something, like niche down, like be really good at that, and then start expanding to broader
definitely
things, right? And I think this moment that we had now was kind of like our moment. It was like a God-given gift to say like it's time.
Yeah,
you know, it's time for you to not be fearful of being niche down and like broadening up your horizons. Like do it, you know. And so now Visionary Media, you'll see it at the end of Nathaniel Cano's music videos. Woo! You'll see it at the end of Rancho Milde's videos. It's crazy, bro. So I'm just super grateful, and we're gonna continue to grow. You know, I've even had the opportunity to shoot stuff for big influencers, and it's been amazing, bro. You're gonna start seeing Visionary Media everywhere now. I promise you that.
And I believe it, bro. I fucking believe it, bro.
I appreciate that.
Hell yeah, bro.
A year ago, when you were on episode 8 with us, did you think that was gonna be?
No, because I was kind of a little bit close-minded to opening up to like music videos and stuff like that. Because people would reach out to me like, "Hey, how much for a music video? Hey, how much?" And I'm like, "No, I don't do music videos."
That's
you know?
como mi niche.
Yeah, that's not my niche. And then now it's like I'm hooked, bro. It's such a creative satisfaction, you know, because I think in real estate there's only certain things that you can do to kind of push the boundaries before it starts feeling unprofessional.
Yep.
And then people are like, no, like it
This
looks
is too much.
It's too much.
Yeah.
You know? But in music,
it's like we need more.
Yeah, it's like you'd be surprised in some of the videos that I've seen that just they go overboard, but at the same time, it gives a creative the pleasure to like
to play with what they can do, see how far they can push that creativity.
And or sorry, Brian, it's because I'm related.
No, you're good.
Go ahead. No, espérate.
What or who pushed you to make that jump to music videos? Because you said you were hesitant, and what made you finally take that leap? And when you started, what did you start off doing as just an assistant or?
No, so it kind of. So what happened is that after we made that animation for Ovi and Nata, Ovi hit me up and he was like, "Hey, can you do this to this?" And I'm like, "Yeah, bet." And then he was like telling me like, "Hey, you know, like I actually went up to their house up in Paris, California, and we were chopping it up and stuff like that." And he was asking me like, "You know, what do you do?" Da da da. And me being the person that I am, he showed me a video that wasn't gonna be released because the same outfit that he was wearing in Pacas Verdes, he had wore that same outfit on a previous music video that hadn't yet come out. Ooh. So that video wasn't even gonna come out, and it was they probably spent like 30 G's on that video, and it wasn't gonna come out. And
must be nice, 30 G's. I don't want that video.
And so basically, like, I'm like, you know what, bro? I was like, I think we can do something with it. And he was like, for real? And I'm like, yeah, like, let us get in there and see what we can do. So we started getting crazy with all these animations. We started overlaying some like neon effects over the jacket, over the Supreme, like kind of like vest and stuff like that. And that was kind of where we're like, wow, we can really get creative. Like we can really pull this off. You know, we can hold our own when it comes to like editing music videos.
Hell yeah.
And seeing his that I called him, bro, when I was in my garage working out, and seeing his reaction was that moment I was like, boom,
this is it.
You know what I mean? Like there's bigger budgets, there's a lot of bigger things, and just getting that kind of praise for something that we did, like dedicated a lot of time into, that was kind of like the moment that we're like, all right, let's do this. And
so comparing it now to the, you know, the reaction that you'd get from a real estate agent once you delivered their content, opposed to now that, you know, you deliver it to a celebrity, which is more in that, you know, creative flow. What was the feelings like, and how were they different?
I mean, it's different because in real estate, you'll get your client obviously gets like happy and they get excited when you go above and beyond. But when it comes to music and all that stuff, it isn't just I mean, it is and it isn't. Like you start seeing the status of the artist, and you think like they have all these like super high expectations. You see some of their work before, and you're like, man, like whoever edited that or shot that was a beast.
Yeah.
And for them to approve that and be like, bro, you freaking killed it. Like we're gonna do so much more stuff together. That was like, whoa, you know. And then when the video drops and you start getting love from the fans, like recognizing who was the one that shot it or edited it, it's a completely different ball game, you know, because that kind of starts putting you into like sort of like a mini celebrity status too as well. You know?
No, yeah, definitely. Because now you're getting
yeah.
love from like other people that
you're getting
don't
fan
know.
from their fans.
And
Yeah.
that
You know?
happens, people go to your YouTube channel. And
Yeah,
like, dude, this guy's real. This guy's so sick.
Yeah.
Este güey tiene fam, damn.
Yeah, like honestly, like our YouTube channel has been growing because of things like that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean,
but I feel like that's that's the name of the game. You have to go out and talk to other people, mingle with other people in order to get yourself out there. Because if you just stick to one lane, it's like, bro, like
Yeah.
you can only go so far before you hit a dead end.
Yeah, and that was kind of my fear at first, because I was like, you know what, I don't want to broaden up too much. And obviously I had mentors that that were telling me like, keep doing what you're doing, keep hitting it hard, like you're doing great, like just keep doing that. And so my mind was like, okay, real estate, like let's go.
Sí.
Like I'm gonna take over real estate. But there's so much more, like this whole world is huge.
There's so much you could do.
There's so much more to do. Like I can literally work with an artist in a whole different country, help them out with their content.
I would say later on we're gonna see him on National Graphic with Visionary and a lion just
Hollywood. Man. Hollywood. I'm trying to get in.
Oh yeah, bro.
I'm trying to get in touch with Jesse Terrero, who's like one of the biggest directors in the urban music.
Oh, okay.
So once I'm able to do that, I'm speaking it into existence right now.
There it is.
He likes when I comment the stuff on his stuff. Like he likes it, but he still hasn't responded to my DMs. But
So, hey, we'll make sure we blast it right now.
happen.
Like, you heard it here first, ladies and gentlemen.
So with that being said, is the chapter of real estate, is that closed or?
No, I think there's still a lot more to be done. I'm not cutting it off. I think maybe there'll be like a gradual transition as I see, things just start expanding or whatnot. Like I have gotten a couple offer contracts from music labels that wanted me to be exclusive to them, but that's not what I want.
Then you tie yourself down and
it's not the right move. There's still a lot more to be done.
Good for you,
and
bro.
Same thing within real estate. Like I still have a lot to prove.
It's funny because right now I see you now compared to last year. I think I see you a little bit more happier in a way, but more confident as far as, hey, I'm loving what I'm doing, and it's pretty cool to see you like in this.
I mean, it's. I think the biggest difference and what I've analyzed on myself is that when you're in real estate and you're a business owner, not just a creative, there's these like expectations of you have to be a certain way, you have to talk a certain way, you have to move a certain way, you have to do things a certain way. But when you just really embrace your creativeness and you just become who you're meant to become this whole time, you're just happy, because there isn't this like cookie cutter way of what demonstrates that you should be as a creative. There isn't this, box of what you should try and
you
fit
create the
in,
box.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? And at the same time, like I think I've played my part in real estate and I've done what I've done and people know what I've done. And now that I'm, just being a little bit more me, like I feel like that's accepted because people know exactly who I am.
No, yeah. And I definitely agree with you on that one, because being in the industry, I do play a different role than when I'm up down here playing, the energy, or when I'm up there being a lender.
Yeah.
It's two complete different
100%.
people. And when you say like, people have expectations on you. Yeah, you have people that, you have their biggest finance or their biggest purchase on the line of their life. So it's like, you got to be careful with how you use your words because, that could paint a picture in your client's head that you don't want to, but by accident you're saying it. So it's like down here, I get to unfold and I get to just completely be me. Just so it's like, it gives me that balance, or, that
energy.
medium where I'm able to, where I'm able to still be me, but, up there I have to be me, but just a little bit more, less energy, toned down. Yeah, exactly. But I mean, it's all about, playing your part and knowing, being aware of that. Cause if a lot of people, I feel like they'll just be themselves in all environments, and that sometimes doesn't work out because you got to know where to be and how to go in, and I feel that's something that a lot of people should look into doing for themselves, just knowing that, hey, when I talk to somebody that's up here, maybe I should raise my tone a little bit more. And just knowing how to be a chameleon, I think that's one of the biggest skill sets, you can have. And you said that when you said you're like, oh, when I dress up for real estate meetings, yo estoy profesional, I'm more professional. But I did wanted to ask you, and I'm glad you were wearing that shirt, bro, because
Let's go.
because I pulled this picture up, and
let me pull it up.
And what I really liked about this, bro, is that this is raw form like you, bro.
See that?
Know?
That's hard.
It is, bro. It's like, yo, like, where were you guys at right here? Give us a little bit more context.
At a barber shop up in.
Is that the one?
Ramona?
Is that the one?
No. So it's cool because one of the biggest things that I've seen is that people collaborate within different industries. You know,
Yeah.
Like that day, I wasn't even supposed to be shooting that day, but I was still there.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Nice.
Like the guy who was shooting, like I was there just to support. You know, my boy Brian hit up my boy Christian, the one that I'm trying to, the one that cuts my hair.
Yep.
And he was like, "Bro, slide through. We're gonna shoot a music video. I have an extra chair. You can cut up with these artists." Like, there's people just showing love to one another, you know. And so right there, we were just on the set of their music video for Junior H.
Oh shit.
Yeah. So
hey,
that was
talk about El Drip, bro. So right here, I see you've been dripping down,
yeah,
bro.
man,
What's up, bro? How has that influenced your style of dressing, being exposed to a different type of environment? Whereas in real estate, like you said, you had to look professional.
Yeah.
And over here, when you're working with artists and influencers, it's more about like, yo, I got to show my creative flow in my dress wear.
It's sick, you know what I mean? Because it shows like your different facets of who you are as a person. You know what I mean? And as a creative, like you get to just. I personally want to say that I get the way that I dress and stuff like that. My creativity when it comes to dressing is from my mom, because she's always like, her closet is like matching shirts, matching pants, matching shoes, like across the board. You know what I mean? But in reality, it's just it's just a representation of you, and it's just allowing the vision that I had of myself, of how I wanted to see myself, just kind of see it come to life. And like looking at that picture, it's like. It's powerful, you know what I mean? From what I come from, like, you don't just rock Off-Whites, you don't just have a Supreme bag, you don't just have a Louis belt, on your waist, like all these little details, bro. But you know what the cool thing is though? That I've been low-key shopping at Ross a lot lately.
Hey, cállate, porque yo también.
Bro, they have such hard shirts, and I'm like, wow, like people are sleeping on it. Even on my caption, or I think I put it on my story saying like.
That's what I brought it up, bro. Because
I
fucking love that shit, bro. Like, and that's a crazy thing. You don't need all this freaking like designer to fucking look great to feel good. Like, dude, what you wear, you wear it. It doesn't wear you. You know what I mean? So you could be rocking some shit from like. I don't know, freaking Ross, Marshalls, and still look as good if you were a designer to the top. Damn.
I think one of the biggest things that I've realized even now, as I'm maturing, as I continue to grow in my own personal self, is that money is a tool, and money isn't like, I have these nice things, but at the same time, it's like money is used to get whatever you want, not to get things that are just expensive. You know what I mean? Does that kind of make sense?
No, it makes perfect sense.
It's like whatever you want, you use that tool to get that, and you express it, I guess.
Yeah, but you don't need the tool to give you that.
Man.
You know what I mean? Like, fuck no. Like, that shit comes from within. Like, from you, your confidence, your energy is what you put out.
And I think somebody commented on, like, oh, like, wow, I can't believe you tagged Ross. And I'm like, it's the truth, Like, people are low-key sleeping on Ross.
Hey, they're also sleeping on TJ Maxx, bro. Like, nah, when it comes down for clothes for me, bro, like, I don't buy expensive stuff. One, because I feel like I don't need it, and maybe down the line, I'll get it, like, I'll accessorize. But other than that, a lot of the stuff I wear is very inexpensive. And I wear it because it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
And I don't feel like I got to be out here wearing all this stuff to get validation from people that 100%. I really don't need, because I validate myself every day.
Facts.
You know what I mean? So I'm like, the fact that you're open enough to saying that, bro, I feel like, heck yeah, bro. A lot of people won't. And a lot of people on the contrary will freaking buy a whole bunch of shit to get the likes. It's not about that. It's not about that.
Like I said, it's just to express yourself, Like money is a tool for you to be who you are, And for me, it's been a personal journey, aside from just the business aspect of it, just the fact that, from what I come from, like that seemed unattainable. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, and there's still a lot more work to be done. There's still a lot more things that I want to accomplish, but it's like vividly seeing myself grow into the person that I've always dreamed about becoming. You know what I mean?
And it shows, bro. You got the energy dripping all over you. Cool. So right before we get into my favorite part of the Energy podcast, the lightning round, bro, I want to pull up this last picture. And this last picture, I feel, is like the pillar of everything. So, speak about the importance of these two people right here.
Everything, man. I think when the noise tunes out, when you're just alone, when everybody leaves, those are the realest people in my life. Those are the people that are with me when nobody's around. When I'm by myself. Like it's just everything, man. Like my family, my daughter, my wife, and then now my soon to be other baby. Like,
oh, you got another one on the way?
Yeah, I posted. You didn't see that?
Yeah.
When? Today?
No, I posted it like on Father's Day, like a day after Father's Day or something like that.
Congratulations! Woo!
Yeah, it's everything, man. In life, bro, and in your journey, there's always gonna be people that are in your life, and then they're gonna be out of your life. But the people that are consistent are, for me, has been my wife and my daughter. You know what I mean? Like everything else can change, evolve, whatever, but
that always stays the same.
That always stays the same.
That's powerful, bro.
And that's who I do it for. At the end of the day, like my wife has been one of the biggest supporters in anything that I want to do. Even if it was a crazy idea, like she would be like, "Babe, do it." Like I have blind
you got
faith.
my,
yeah,
you
I have
got my
blind
support.
faith in you. Like, because I've busted my ass, to show her what I was capable of. You know what I mean? And all that. But
and I think that's
my energy right
there.
there.
No, yeah, definitely, bro. Hell yeah. And I feel that's the biggest thing, like once you put it all out on the line, then the people that actually love you and there to support you see that you're putting in your passion, your energy day in and day out. Bro, they got no option but to support you because they know that you are on the right path and you're going to make it happen.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, man, I actually got hit up the other day by, this is completely off topic, but I got hit up by this guy who was like, "Hey, man, can you send me a shout out for my business?" And I'm like, "Who, me?" Like, he's like, yeah, from you, And then he's like, "Yeah," he's like, "I did this taco business and, I put everything on the line so I could support my family." And I'm like, "Bet."
Say
like,
less.
I got you, you know what I mean? And then I was like, I'll even get you some shout outs from artists.
Yeah.
But that's because I know what it feels like to put everything on the line for your family.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And my wife has been super supportive since day one when we launched Visionary to, the new Influencer Essentials business. Like, she's been the one that's been helping me out with all that. And, it's always just been, like I said, that's the consistency in my life. You know what I mean? Everything else can change, but my family is my consistent.
So talk a little bit about that Influencers Essential Official. How did that start, bro? And I mean, obviously, I went on there. I was like, "Oh shit, we need this."
It's funny that one actually started out of my garage when I was working out. I was like,
a lot of things happen when you work out. Huh?
Yeah, that's when I'm the clearest. You know what I mean? Like, so fitness isn't just about like, the looks and stuff. Like just mental health.
Clarity.
And so Alondra, I don't know if you guys know Alondra Desi. She's a big influencer. She's a big YouTuber. So so she had reached out to me and she was like, "Hey, I want a YouTube banner." And I was like, "Okay," like I had already done stuff before, so I was working on it. And I'm like, you know what? I always get hit up by smaller YouTube channels or just people that I want to open up their YouTube channel and they don't have necessarily the budget to hire me. And I was like, what about if I create something that can be like everything you need to, so like whether to start off or to have your YouTube channel looking right, So for me, it was the YouTube banner, the lower third, an end screen, and then a swipe up. To me, those were like the top ones.
Yeah.
And so I have a group chat with Benny. You guys know who Benny Sullivan is, right? Her Alondra's boyfriend. With
I showed you.
Yeah. Totally,
yeah. So I have a group chat with Benny and with Christian. And so I'm like, "Hey, I have this idea. Like, what do you guys think?" And he was like, "Bro, like that sounds like a dope idea. Like, like I think it would do really well." So I'm like, "Okay, cool." So I like stopped working out and I went upstairs and I created everything. I created the banner, I created the lower third, I created the swipe up, the end screen, everything. And I'm like, "All right, check this out. Like, tell me what you guys think." And they loved it. And I was like, "Okay, now my plan for this is to have it be affordable for practically everyone. Whether you're a YouTuber with millions of subs or someone that's just starting out, everybody gets the same thing." And so they told me like how much I should put it for, and I actually priced it lower because I wanted it to be accessible to everybody, And it just popped off, man. Like we launched it, and the amount of orders that we got within a week, it was crazy.
Yeah, I know. I popped on there. I'm like, "Oh shit, here, I need this."
Yeah.
Huh? Where do I sign up? Take my money.
And it's crazy because like we've gotten some messages of people saying like, it's crazy because you work with all these like big time influencers and you're still treating me like super nice and little old me. And I'm like, everybody's the same.
And that's what I fucking love about you, bro. That no matter where people are at, each person's gonna get treated the same.
Yeah, I mean, we're all human. Like I said, your subscribers or your followers like don't make you. You know what I mean?
Nope.
Everybody's human at the end of the day.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Fuck yeah. Thank you for sharing that, man.
Of course, bro.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get into lightning round, where it's a series
man.
of questions where I don't know, Jose doesn't know, and Marcos has been the only one that makes them. So it literally could be anything. Let's see what he got today. Question number 1. What part of your body could use a little lotion? What?
I was thrown off by that.
That's the point.
My knees.
Oh, my colos, bro. I could spark a
Cola,
freaking
that's
match
Cola,
with that. All right, question number 2. What makes you smile about us?
Energy. Energy.
I'm reading this. I'm
And the
like,
laughs.
what? All right. Question number 3. What's your least favorite mode of transportation?
I would say walking.
Shit, bro, you're right.
Huh.
That hit home.
Yeah, that shit reminded me all the times when I used to walk home when I was a kid. and
Yeah,
shit.
riding the bus and all that stuff.
Question number 4. What's your favorite movie quote?
This one's actually really interesting, and the reason why I say this is because my brother-in-law he actually suffers from like epilepsy and stuff like that, and what's his name? The Joker says a quote. You know, when you have a mental illness, people expect you to act like if they didn't.
Yeah.
And to me, that was so powerful, bro, because it's the reality. You know, like sometimes, and that just places out. Sorry, I'm getting
No. Yeah, go ahead. I'll write it down because that's a good one.
It trickles out into everything else in life. You know what I mean? When people don't act the way that you would want them to act, you treat them a certain way. When people, you know what I mean? Like all these. Like,
I get that a whole
yeah.
100%. Because in my mind, your expectation is one thing, you know, but unspoken expectations always go unmet.
Yeah, man.
So if you haven't even said anything about what you want or how you think they should be,
Yeah.
and in their mind, that's not even a worry.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
you're not communicating, bro. No, I get that 100%. Marcos always does that.
The worst.
Just kidding.
The line is the worst part about having a mental illness is people expect you to behave as if you don't.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's so powerful. You know
No,
what I mean?
yeah, that hits home because a lot of people will think you need to do things one way, but if you don't put out the ground rules or even the vision of how you should do it,
Yeah.
then they're never gonna do it the way you see it yourself.
Yeah, I think that's the biggest thing, you know, because it just all trickles back to communication, you know,
Dude,
especially
yes.
with like everything else that's going on in the world right now. Like, there's so much separation, and you know, I mean, you guys know how crazy it's
And
been,
even
you know what I mean?
even on that, it's like, what I realize is that it comes down to the communication because we're not understanding, we're not listening, but rather as soon as someone says something, you're already trying to top it or
Yeah.
trying to make a point over it. When in reality is just like, hey, how about you understand? And maybe you don't even got to reply.
Yeah.
But all we're doing is constantly trying to just reply, but we're not listening or understanding.
Everybody's always they're always trying to just check their ego.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
what it comes down to,
Yeah.
bro. Everybody just wants to, show their ego and say like, no, my opinion's right. What
Yeah,
I'm
you're
saying is
wrong.
correct.
Yeah, yeah.
But maybe we're all wrong.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro.
Nah, yeah, definitely. Again, that gets me fired up because I'm like,
Yeah.
bro, just listen. Because I sometimes, I would have a hard time listening to, to my guests, to my clients. And now I'm like, whoa, the more I listen, the more I learn and the less I need to talk
The less
and
you
just
speak.
give you solutions.
100%. You know, I think the biggest thing when it comes to like you hit the nail right on the head. You know, the less you speak and the more you listen, the better you are in terms of like communicating and understanding.
Oh, yeah, 'cause then
and
you-
when you understand that, that just makes your life that much more easier. You know what I
Dude.
mean? Because now you're not constant on
Swinging
edge.
and
Yeah,
trying to
you
see
know what I
which
mean?
one it is. You're just like,
Nah,
okay,
man.
this, that, okay, perfect. This,
And people
this, and
live
that.
their whole life like that. That's why they live so unhappy.
Dude,
You know what I mean?
it's like one of those dark holes you could fall into and just question everything. Like,
Yeah.
why isn't everything working for me? But just
Yeah.
focus, listen, relax.
Yeah.
It's all gonna be okay.
Facts.
Question number 5. What are your 3 favorite internet sites? Be honest.
YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram. Yeah, those are my.
Which ones are yours, Marcos? Huh?
Workhorses.
I want to know.
Same.
Yeah, same. Question number 6. Have you ever walked out of a movie? Why? If you
No.
have, never.
No, never. I think one of the things that with me is that I always try to find something within the movie, even if I didn't like it, like what was the message within the movie? You know, every movie has a message.
I always
you know?
figure out the plot, and once
Yeah.
I figure out the plot, I'm like, all right, this is gonna happen. Watch. bam,
And then
it
it
happens. And
happens.
I'm like, I already know the movie. It's the same plot, different
Or
freaking characters.
one of the things that my lady hates is that when we go to the movie, and I'm like, damn, how did they make that shot?
Yeah.
And then she's like, babe, just watch the movie. I'm
Nah,
like, I
babe,
can't. Like,
I'm
I
a
genuinely-
creator, I have to know.
I generally want to see the BTS of that movie.
That
You know what I
transition,
mean?
That was made for 1917.
Yeah. There's this movie that came out recently. I forgot who was that movie by. I don't think any like favorite like high up there celebrities shot that one, but they do this crazy one take for like 10 minutes, bro. I'm like, how the heck did they do that?
No cuts, no.
No.
For like 1917, that's supposed to be like a one take, right? And it was so cool. The BTS on it is because they're in the trenches, they're in the war, and so if there's someone, just following him with a steady cam, right? But then he puts the camera up, and someone's in a crane and grabs.
Picks it up.
Picks it up, and then as he's doing that, the crane is like moving,
And he's holding onto it?
And there's someone driving, and then he passes the camera off to him, and he's driving in the back of a truck, and he's holding that. I'm like, this is crazy. So I saw the BTS before I even saw the movie. So then I'm watching it with some friends. I'm like,
This is it. This is it. This is it.
This is where
and they're like, Marco, shut up. I'm like,
No, but you don't get it, bro.
Yeah.
The shot.
It's surreal, man. Like, these guys are creative geniuses. Because if one thing goes wrong, they have to start all over again. You know? Like,
Deacons was the cinematographer.
I gotta find the name of the movie that I watched. It's really good. I think it plays out in, I want to say India or something like that. But it's a really sick movie.
Definitely let us know. We'll check it out, bro. I'm all about watching movies. All
Especially
right
now with this quarantine.
Sure, exactly what I was gonna say, bro. Add it to my list,
Yeah.
please, bro. I need some new shit because my girlfriend only watches Vampire Diaries, and then we'll watch a series, and I'll begin, and I won't like it, but we keep watching it to the point where I'm like, hey, babe, so what happened with Chris? Did he end up dying? And then I'm like, damn, now I know the character's name. Shit. All right, question number 7. What is a flock? What is a flock of geese called?
I don't know.
Shit, I didn't even know. The answer's a gaggle.
What the heck? We're back in high school or what?
I'm like, what? Like, finish this sentence after this. Now, what word fits the best? Nike or Adidas?
Nike.
Nike, bro.
I want to throw him off just because I didn't know if you remembered he was wearing the hat. So.
Yeah, and my shoes are
Yeah,
Nike,
that's exactly what I was thinking. Like, she. Have you ever seen a UFO?
No.
Question number 10. When is the last time you changed your mind about a big issue?
I think every day, man. Every day is constant evolution.
Hell yeah, it is. Shit, mine 10.
That was your answer.
Yeah, that's a good answer. There it is. Question number 11. What's the ugliest part of the human body?
I don't know. I would say maybe the inside. I don't know.
I would say, like, when you get your weenus and you go like
I was thinking we did.
Yeah, that's funny.
Crazy.
Oh, shit. All right, question number 12. What makes you hopeful?
God. 100%.
Oh, okay, I thought it was like a pause.
Oh, God, yeah.
God. G-O-D. Question number 13. What would you like your dying words to be?
For me or for somebody to me?
No, for you.
For
From
me?
you.
Just that I lived my life how I wanted to live it, regardless of the outcome, I would say.
Nice. Question number 14. Have you ever had a crush on a fictional character? And if so, who? You didn't give me spacing, bro. So.
Sorry.
I mean, the only one that can come off of my head right now would be Chun-Li from Street Fighter.
Hey, did you say that last time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you did, huh?
You did?
Ah, good.
I
It
did
all
that?
changed.
Oh.
Yeah. He's like, quick. Don't say anybody to my girlfriend.
My life is off.
Right? All right. Question number 15. If you would tell your teenage self one thing, what would it be?
Man, that's a really good one. I think right now, because it's situational, I would say just get over losing people faster than trying to, just try to let go faster. I
Yeah.
would say, yeah.
Because yeah, and that's actually something that some of my friends are going through, where they're trying to like let go of certain things, and it's tough for them, but only because they haven't allowed themselves to experience new things. And I feel like with leaving the fear of what you're comfortable with, and now attaching it to something exciteful, that's how you're able to let go of older things that hold you back, because now you have new motivations to look forward to.
I think for me recently it has been like, how do I say this? Like, it's kind of like in a relationship, right? Your partner doesn't make you happy. Your partner doesn't make you. Like, you make yourself happy, and then everything else is an addition.
It's an exactly.
Yeah, so same thing with everything else. Like, Yeah.
That's exactly how I see it, dude. You create your own happiness. Anything else is just like an added
addition.
value.
Yeah, man, 100%.
So once you're able to fully find your happiness within yourself, shoot, the rest,
everything
you'll be
changes,
all right.
bro.
You're okay.
Like, your whole world changes.
And it's crazy because it sounds so cliche, but it's like, if you switch your mindset up, like legit, everything changes. Like, you go to the store and people are smiling at you rather than people giving you dirty looks. Like, just so silly, but it happens.
I saw this quote the other day that says, we don't really live the world, we only live in our mind, or something like that. And to me, that was powerful, because it's like, damn, like,
dude, you see
true.
what you think.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Exactly. Like, you treat people, you see people, you experience everything.
And it's crazy because there's so many information that says that, and people still don't, try it for themselves. And I'm like, hey, I'm not one to tell you, but if you try it, you'll see it in your life.
That's the thing. That's what I'm telling you. Like, the thing that I think holds back people a lot is like, I've invested time into people who I've known had so much potential, but at the end of the day, they don't feel like they do, And I think a lot of it is because they feel that that they're gonna get criticized. They don't want to be in that position to be judged,
But everybody, I feel like you have to be in that position, being a little different, being a little weird. It's actually a good thing, because if everybody did stuff the same way, we'd have everything the same. And I feel like it's okay to jump out of your comfort zone. It's okay to, be, talk shit on, because all that is just, the proof of the reason why you're doing what you're
100%.
doing. Because once you do it, it's like, this is exactly why I did it, because now you guys will be like, how'd you do it?
Yeah.
So as long as you're just able to, cancel that noise and just keep pushing forward, believe me, you're going to get to a point where you're like, why did I even ever think about what people said about me?
Yeah, and it's part of the process. Like, I think the people that reach some of the highest levels of influence is because they they might and they might not, but I think it's because they have the ability to be criticized, to be judged by, way more people that maybe you or I can ever
like at a bigger spectrum. And it's like, hey, you make your life up in here, so if this is strong, shit,
100%.
Throw everything at me, let's go.
And people are always gonna have opinions about people that they don't even know, what I mean?
That's the worst part. That is like, you don't even know this person and you're bringing them down for what? Like, what do you gain? Like,
it's just like an internal thing that people have.
But then that's a crazy thing, because I was reading that like a lot of people, what they push out in physical life is a reflection of what they're going on inside. So if you're bullying people, you've been bullied. If you're sad, or if you got your heart broken, you're breaking people's hearts. But just because you have all this clutter of stuff in your head,
that's people's way of kind of airing it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But I just feel like, if you're aware of yourself and all that, dude, you cut the curve in so many ways.
100%. And it just accelerates everything that you want to accomplish.
It does. It's crazy. Just change your mindset, change your life. Flip this switch. Question number 16. What kind of phone was your first cell phone?
Ericsson. It was like
Oh, that I don't even know that one. I was like, what?
Yeah, it was I don't even know what like brand it was, but it was just
Is that like pre-Nokia?
Maybe it was a Nokia. No, it wasn't a Nokia. It was like a green phone that had the little lid. You would pop it, and it had those like green buttons.
Like your parents could track, like you could only call 3 people.
Was the battery clipped in the front, and it flipped open? No, flipped down.
I don't know, bro. Like, let me see if I can pull it up. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick before I.
It's gonna be bugging me now too.
Yeah. Let me see.
Are you that type of person where you're like, if you don't figure something out?
Yeah.
Let me see. And we'll pull it up here so people. Oh,
yeah, bro.
Shit.
That's the one. That was my first phone.
Damn, Jose, you OG as fuck, bro.
I still remember like walking to Logan Elementary, Memorial, like with that phone.
The fucking
Memorial Academy,
bro. Like.
Yeah, literally, bro. You had to pull out the antenna, flip the little thing.
Shit.
You had no games. It was just a screen that showed numbers, and that was
it.
No snake. That was Nokia was a game changer.
Yeah.
Nokia was a game changer.
Dude, Nokia's phones were so fucking strong. I remember I dropped that shit so many times.
Yeah,
indestructible.
$70 for one. Wow.
How much?
70.
Damn, that's how much like one of the newer phones go for. You know.
It's equivalent to an iPhone today, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
All right, question number 17. Would you dress in a drag for $100?
No.
Yeah, me either, bro. It'd have to be like $101.
99,
bro. Come on. I'm all about deals here. Question number 18. Has anyone ever saved your life?
I would say yeah. When I didn't know how to swim, I remember like my mom's best friend. I would spend a lot of time with their kids, and so they had an aunt that had a house with a pool. And I remember that I was jumping up and down, but I was holding on to the rail because I didn't know how to swim. And for whatever reason, I don't know what happened, that like I let go of that the rail, and I just remember like floating in deeper, and I was just chugging water. And I remember my mom's best friend's son just like grabbed me by the head and like lifted me up. And yeah, so I would say that. I probably vividly remember like tasting it in my throat,
that's
bro.
the worst.
Yeah.
Would you rather die of drowning or burning? I just came to my head.
I don't want to die.
How about neither?
But if I had to choose, I would say maybe drowning, bro. Because I mean, imagine.
I burned myself yesterday, and that shit hurt even after I put pomade on.
Yeah, I mean, like, imagine even just like a little one.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That shit like stings. I was like, if I drown, I'll just drink the water real quick.
It's like a hella slow death.
Yeah, I'm straight. I'm like straight to the point. Let's do it. But let's not, because I'm not gonna die.
No,
I figured it out. Oh shit! All right, question number 19. What's 111 times 3?
111 times 3? Shit, I don't know. That's why I didn't like high school, bro.
Look at Brian's hat.
3. I was gonna say that, but I'm like, I don't want to sound stupid. 3 to 3, right?
333, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, and on that question, we lead off to the last question of the day, and you already know what it is, bro. I'm gonna say it. You're gonna repeat it, finishing the blank. So here we go. My name is blank, and I get my energy from.
My name is Jose Alvarado, and I get my energy from my family.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Jose, thank you so much for stopping by, bro. The growth, the lessons, everything that you always bring by, bro. We truly appreciate it, man. And it's stuff that a lot of people can take with it and run and get their energy going and set their vision clear. Because Jesus Christ, bro, you're on it, bro. Appreciate you, man.
Appreciate you guys both.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Energy Podcast. I'm Brian Landeros. Alongside me, Jose Alvarado, your social media guy. Like always, if you haven't subscribed, liked, followed us, make sure you guys do all that because we love you guys and we'll be here forever. Energy out.
Later, guys.